So, Kat, tell us a little bit about how you began singing.
I started singing when I was about 3 years old. Evidently, after I was adopted, I sang a bunch of sad, bluesy songs. And my parents would send me off to sing by myself so they wouldn't be depressed for the rest of the day.
How did you begin writing songs?
Well, I've always written poetry. My husband and his friend decided they were going to start creating their own music. And somehow I got talked into singing a couple of their songs. And they decided that I could sing a little bit. And then his friend also had written a couple of songs, and I wanted to give it a try since I wrote poetry. And poetry and songwriting is pretty much the same thing. So I done that a couple of times, and they liked what I did, and that's where it took off.
Where do you get the inspiration for your songs?
The things that I see or I've lived through is what I write about.
Would you say your songs have a deep meaning or make a point about life?
They do all of that. I think that's why I write it. It also is some type of therapy for me. I had a rough life when I was growing up, and I was very insecure when I was young, and I always seemed to pick the wrong kind of man, or they picked me, one or the other. But that's what those songs were written about, the things that I went through, or the things that I've seen other women go through. I want all my lyrics to tell a story. I mean, that's what it is for me. It's a story. And I generally work them out in my head, and I don't write every day. I go through these moments where I'll write 4 or 5 songs in one day. Or if I'm in the shower, I'll sing them out and create the melody. That's how I work things out.
Do you sing in the shower?
Yes, I do. I sing in the shower. That's how I work out most of my melodies, while I'm all naked in the shower.
What do you think makes a great song?
I think that if you feel that song, if it touches your heart and it tells a story, that's what makes a great song.
I understand you're an artist, so you're doing all of the album art for ZeusNine.
I am. I'm going to be doing all of the art covers, the album covers, and I'm trying to make it look like the old style albums where everything was done by hand and not the digital art that they use now, which I have nothing against. I think it's beautiful, but I prefer to do things by hand.
ZeusNine is about to release their first single, A Million Tears, which you wrote. Let's play a short clip from that video, then tell us about the song.
Yeah, go ahead and cry. Tears wash pain away. Tears wash pain away. Tears wash pain away. I feel an ocean.
A Million Tears was written because of a tragic event that happened in my own life, which we won't get into because it's very private. The video I created to go with A Million Tears was to touch on the pandemic and all the things that people are going through right now. And hopefully they'll feel like they're not alone and that they can deal with this in other ways than, well, what some people do. I mean, I don't want you to lock yourself up and not try to carry on, because terrible things happen to great people, but we have to deal with it. And this is my way of dealing with it.
What genre of music do your songs and the music of ZeusNine fall into?
Progressive, rock, blues, a touch of jazz, maybe a little Motown.
Tell us about some of your upcoming songs that will be released after A Million Tears.
Yeah, we do have 8 set up right now, but there's many, many more coming. The Wizard is another song that we've finished. It's a theatrical song, and it's very kind of like Pink Floyd, maybe. I'm not sure, but it is different. And then The Wild Rose will be next. It is an absolutely beautiful song that I wrote, and my husband wrote the music for. There is several in the pipeline coming down in the pipeline. I can't do this. I'm terrible at this.